up, everybody? It's Frank, the genius behind this YouTube channel and the very handsome gentleman you've been watching make this table. This is part 5 of the Fable of the Table, and yes, I'm using that as the name of this video series from now on. I thought it might be helpful to provide a brief recap and explanation of what you're going to see in this video. As I believe I mentioned in the last video, so far I've been focusing on the base of the table. The base is comprised of 3 main parts, 2 trestle ends and the stretchers that connect them. There is one center stretcher that is part of the visible structure, and I paid some attention to the aesthetic details in this rather simple piece of wood. I put a gentle curve on the underside of it and rounded over all the corners, cut a couple of angles at the very ends, and of course at both ends, which are themselves tenons, I cut a mortise that intersects the piece vertically, through which goes a separate tenon known as the tusk. This locks the whole thing together into one pretty solid structure, but which can be easily disassembled if need be. 2 more stretchers are dovetailed into the tops of each trestle. These just add more structural rigidity and provide additional bearing surface and support for the tabletop. In this video, you'll see me putting the finishing touches on the parts just described and starting on the top. Hang on a second. Back that up. Yeah, I have no idea why I did that. Name drop. You see that CT33 Festool dust extractor at the lower left hand corner? I purchased that from the wood whisperer himself. And if you don't know who that is, I would like you to please unsubscribe from my channel. I'm just kidding. Please do not unsubscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. I'll just be happy to educate you. The tabletop is magnolia wood, a species I had 0 experience with prior to this build. I don't know if my material is typical of magnolia, but my boards were delightfully rustic with lots of interesting grain patterns, knot holes, swirls, and insect tracks. And I'm only saying that half sarcastically. It actually is pretty neat looking. My wife and I paid careful attention to grain direction and continuity, and between the two of us, we compromised our way to a nice layout of the boards that worked really well. The first clip is us figuring it out. The rest of the video is me stressing and second-guessing every move I make. In something like this table, the top is both the biggest single component and also the most visually obvious, and you generally only get one shot at it once you start making cuts, and especially once you start to glue up. There isn't much room for error, so I took my time lining things up and making sure it was just the way I wanted it. I used my Jessam doweling jig, also something from the Wood Whisperer, the one and only time I won one of the monthly tool giveaways, to help align the pieces and provide extra strength in the final assembly of the tabletop boards. We won't get to it in this video, but the tabletop also has breadboard ends. Now, enough of this sinful narration, let's get back to the eye candy. Hello again, this is the part of the video I learned recently where I'm supposed to say stuff about subscribing and telling all your friends to subscribe and hitting the thumbs up icon and the notification Liberty Bell. See you later. Notification icon, Liberty Bell icon, thumbs up icon, and telling all your friends to subscribe icon. Hey again, Hello again, you subscribe and tell all your friends to subscribe. Hit those buttons, notification buttons, like a bell, Liberty Bell I guess. Thumbs up button, it looks like a thumbs up. Avoid this one. Do all those things. Hello again, this is the part of the video I learned recently where I'm supposed to say stuff about subscribing and telling your friends to subscribe and hitting the thumbs up icon and the notification Liberty Bell, and I'm definitely not reading this off a cue card. Oh, whoops. Hello again, I almost forgot the most important part. I just found out that this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to ask you to subscribe and tell everyone you know to subscribe and to please gently press using your mouse, hopefully not with a lint and hair jammed up rubber ball or your laptop's trackpad or whatever it's called if you're not enlightened enough to be using a Mac. The like button which resembles a classic thumbs up, and to also hold your cursor over the icon for notifications, which looks like a bell, and then click your mouse button. Thanks for doing that for me. Who writes this stuff? Whoops.